Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday on the last day of the month.
Yeah.
Welcome, my co host, Nathe from the Third Wish, who
Hi.
is back today. And we're going to do some personal readings and maybe cultural stuff, but let's give ourselves a break from political. Let's just not go there today. My brain needs a rest, so I don't even want to go there. We were just talking about that backstage. Like, yeah, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. So it's like, yeah, no, let's not go there. Um, Hi, Debbie. Boy, she was here bright and early before we were. And hi, Imelda. And others will pop in as we get going here. Um, as y'all know, members go first, donations go second, everybody else goes third. If there's a question, um, Nate's channel, The Third Wish, is now up and running, and he's got videos which are really, really good. He's done some astrology stuff. You've done some, like, I guess, simple questions that somebody sent you in
Yes.
stuff.
Also,
I've enjoyed the living out of it. So,
and I
y'all
also
be sure you go. The link to his channel is in the description box
thank
below.
you.
Y'all be sure you go and like and subscribe. Let's get his numbers way up there and get him
Thank
up
you.
and running. So, um, and I just adore Nate. So, I want to
Oh,
let's
thank
let's
you.
get
And
him up there,
likewise,
get him up
Charity.
there. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. Hi, Teresa. And anything you want to
Oh,
fill us in on, things that you may have coming up or that you're doing?
well,
Uh,
every Sunday I do personal readings. It's at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. So every Sunday for like 30, 40 minutes, some up to an hour, I guess. And then, yes, there's some short videos out there. There's predictions for 2025 for
yeah.
all the signs. And then sometimes I do longer videos where I go into a tarot card and go deep into it. I like to do that. So I found that very, very fascinating and interesting.
Oh, I
And
do too. And
yeah,
and
yeah,
I know we were talking about the other day about doing something maybe
yeah,
times a month or something on a regular basis because I would love to learn Linneman and how to do
yes.
that. I've got a deck. They're in another language. I can't read what it says, but I got pictures I can look at. So, um,
I think we're going to do
in
something.
German,
Yeah, I was
it's either in German or Russian. I don't know which.
probably
But
German. Yeah. But what we could do is we could do like live tutorials on the channel and then
yeah, that
just
would be fun, and we can
yep,
take turns on each other's
yep,
channel.
yep, yep.
So that way that gets people over to you, and
And likewise back and forth. Yes.
yeah, back and forth. That would be fun, and not just learning the different kinds. I mean, we could go into, I would think, different kinds of spreads, why you use them, why you don't. What kind of spreads do you
Yep.
use for what? It's like, I don't think I've ever done a Celtic cross on anything. Because I've got little books that's, shows you how to do it,
Yep.
but I've never really done it. And I have a 3, 5, and 6 card spread that I like a lot. And that's kind of what I do when I'm doing readings. And when it's on like this, I usually do the 3 card because it's fast and it's quick. And then if it's a personal reading, I usually do a 5 or 6 card spread.
Yeah.
But I want to learn how to do the Celtic cross
Yeah.
correctly, and there are other things you can do. It's like, I have my crystal ball now that
Yes. Yes.
I want to learn how to do that. And of course, I've got my pendulums.
Yep.
Um, my favorite one fell off the rack and disappeared into nothingness. I've not been able to
Oh.
find it. It literally, like, I went to hang it up because I've got a special rack for my pendulums
Yep.
where I
Yep.
can hang them. And I went to hang it up and it didn't go into the little slot right. And it slipped through.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
And I watched it drop straight down to the ground. It never hit. I never heard it go thunk and hit the ground. And I went, well, where the hell did it go? And so I started moving everything. I moved the bookcase and it just like dropped, appeared in midair. It just so somebody told me, well, when it's ready, it'll come back. I'm like, okay. It's somewhere. I just don't know where. I can't find it. It's weird.
You know, sometimes I lost object.
Huh?
Sometimes I lost objects, and I've asked the cards where is
Where to
it?
go?
And
Yeah,
other
where is it?
times it's and they say it's there, you just can't see it. And I believe that to me is a confirmation there's another dimension out there, and we just can't see.
We
But
just
it's
can't see it. Because I watched that one literally drop and go into
yeah, it just went to that
where
other
did it go?
yes, the one we can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It's
lose
strange.
all the
And it was
time.
like my favorite one to use because it was a tiger's eye.
Oh,
And I loved using that one. I've got one that's a rose quartz that I'll use on like, love questions or relationship questions. And then I have a white cloudy just regular quartz pendulum. And then I have my tiger's eye, which disappeared into nowhere. And then I have my copper one that I have. So I tend to use it the most. And and then I have dowsing rods, which
oh yeah.
still trying to learn how to
You hold that.
hold them and not make them go.
Wow.
"Eh." And he's like, okay, make up your mind. Is this yes or is this yes? Is this no or is
Now,
this
when
no?
usually when they cross is yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I've had times where it does the opposite. It's like, okay, y'all quit messing with me. And it's trying to hold them and not get my fingers on any part of the rod that's swinging. Because it
Yeah,
has like a little sheath that you hang
yeah,
on to, and then the rods go inside and come out. So it's trying to learn how to balance them. Because I tend to want to, even with my pendulum, I'll put like my fist and then put my elbow on top of my fist so that my
yeah.
arm is completely stable before I dangle it. And it's just hard to see on the screen because I got to lift my arm
Oh,
way up.
no.
But if I do this, then the muscles and stuff will vibrate after a second or two, at least with me. And so then I can't trust what it's telling me.
No.
This is like, am I making it do that or what? So I try to get stability so that my arm does not move in any way, shape,
Yeah.
or form. And so it's trying to get that with the rods. I haven't attained that yet. Because when
Me
I put
neither.
my arms down to do it, it hits everything on the desk. I got too much crap. What can I say? Hi, Suvi. That's a new name. Bonjour à toi. And Nate is better at French than me. I just know a few words.
Very well, Sherry.
And I just know a few. And we have a new building. Well, it's not a new building. It's an old Victorian home that's been restored to the original splendor of that era. It's like over 100 years old, this house. And it's across the street from campus, and the university bought it. And they've restored it, and they've turned it into the French immersion house. It is like all of these videos and audio tapes of old Cajun French people
Yep.
speaking in French, and
Yep.
how that language is different. And there's books and poetry and music and all kinds of stuff from the Cajun culture. And it's really designed to get people to know and understand what the Cajun culture was or is, and that's my culture. So
Yeah.
every summer they offer a class. They call it lanyap classes. They're usually like run for 4 to 6 weeks in the summertime. You just take one class, and most summers they will offer a Cajun French class where you can go and just get the basics again. And every year I say I'm going to do it, and it just one thing after another, and I never get the chance. Okay, Sylvia, you said something else down there. I don't know what that means.
I know what that means. It says, "Thank you. I hope you're well."
Oh, you're welcome. And yes, I am well. I don't know how to reply in French for that. So good thing I got a Frenchman here with me.
It's a little bit of help. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can you actually? I had that question for you, Sherry. Working at the university, can you attend classes? Like, is there like a
If I want to
facility?
register and go to class, yeah, I could go back for like my master's or work on a PhD. I would actually, hi Linda, I would actually get a discount on
Okay. Okay.
the fees and registration and everything because I work there.
Yeah.
If you work there, if you want to go to school, or if you're, say, your spouse or your children, a lot of people stay on even after their retirement would kick in because their kids are in college and they get that discount if they're still working.
Oh,
So they'll stay on and keep working
yeah.
until their kids get through college. And hi, Helen. Um, 23 degrees in West Virginia. Oh, burr. And I'm bitching
That's
about
cool.
food here. Got
That's
down
cool.
into the upper 30s last night, lower 40s. And I went outside for something. It was like, okay, I barely lasted long enough to smoke a cigarette. It's like, I got to go back inside. It's too cold. I'd never survive up north. I guess if I have to flee the
Oh,
country
it's
to go
cold.
south,
Yeah.
it's too cold, you know.
Ellen Wills, I hope you
But,
have a cup of tea or coffee with you.
well, I'm drinking my soda pop. I've already had my coffee. I probably had way too much of it because I'm still kind of hyper, but that's what I get for staying up too late and then sleeping too late. A master's in physical therapy. Cool.
Well, that's very good.
That's very good, man. You match that up with some Reiki, Linda, and that's a surefire thing. Hi, Fatima. And
Yeah.
so I've not I don't know Reiki. I mean, I've attempted to use it a few times on others around me, and it kind of sort of worked, but not completely because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I think it's the intention behind it more than anything else. Um, but I know when my son was little, he was like about 6 or 7, and he just all of a sudden got real sick one afternoon. Ear got all inflamed and fever and the whole bit. And we're rushing around like crazy trying to, his daddy and I trying to get the car parked, take him to the emergency room because we knew, okay, that's going to be an all day event. So let's pack up and go. And we had a new neighbors, and the neighbor lady, I didn't know it at the time, but she was a traiteur, what they call, which is like a medicine woman or a
Oh,
healer. Is in Cajun they call them a traiteur. And she came over just out of the blue. She never came over to the house to ask to borrow like an egg or something. And we're like, yeah, yeah, sure, come on in. And she sees, my husband running around packing a bag, and my son laid on the couch. She's like, is he okay? And I said, well, he's sick. He's running a fever, his ear. She said, well, can I pray over him? And I said, yeah, sure. Go ahead,
oh,
knock yourself out. And she went and sat down, and she laid his head in her lap, and she started speaking. At
oh,
first, it started out with Cajun French, and then it went into light language. She started just, speaking in tongues. And she rubbed her hands, and then she put her hands on his ear and on the side of his face. And she just sat there. It's like this sing-songy chant that she was doing while she was rubbing his ear. And she did it for like 5 minutes. And then she got up. She says, okay, well, thank you. And she took the egg or the sugar, whatever it was she came over for, and she left. And by the time I walked her to the door and, showed her out and thanked her for coming and blah, blah, blah. And I went back inside and he's like bouncing off the walls like there was nothing wrong. No fever, no earache, no nothing.
Yeah.
He healed up that fast. And I was like, my husband and I looked at each other and said, did we just witness what we think we witnessed? You're like, well, like, yeah, I think we did. And so a couple of days later, I asked her about it. She says, well, I'm a treater. And I said, oh, okay. I said, that I know what that is. So that explains it. I said, because it worked. I said, you weren't even back to your house yet. And he was bouncing off the walls like there was nothing wrong with him. And so that was amazing. Hi, Kiba. Hi, Scorpio Mama. Hi, Andrea. Hey, Book. And we got, is that the same? The other Linda, we got Linda S and Linda E. So we got two folks in. Let's see. Let's go back up here. Oh, wow. Andrea, that's great. I know we've all been reading and praying on that for you. That's fantastic. I know you'll be excited if y'all can get your house, find a house for the two of you. Is it to purchase a house or is it to just rent a house? It's your birthday, Kiba. Happy birthday. Everybody tell Kiba happy birthday in there.
Happy birthday.
And, wow. I'd sing, but I don't want to torture you.
Rent, she said.
Let's be nice. I'm not going to torture you by singing. I can't sing at all. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Barb. Okay, to rent something. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I tell you, if they keep going up in rent where they are here, we might have to start looking elsewhere. They're close to pricing us out. It's like, y'all can't go up anymore. I can't afford anymore, you know. I mean, we've been here 3.5 years. And every time the lease gets renewed, the rent goes up, you know. So,
and there's no rent control or anything like that.
I'm in Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We have MAGA governor, MAGA House, and MAGA Senate. No,
yeah.
There's no rent control. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they start taking what few things there are.
Yeah.
If they started taking them away, because it's getting ridiculous. And the minute our new governor came into office, the first thing he did was he killed the food program for school kids, which provides a hot meal every day for free, whether it's a school day or not. Even in the summertime, they get a meal. Federal government paid 100% for it. Didn't cost the state anything. But no, that was a bridge too far. He couldn't go there. So he killed the program.
Your neighbor is,
you know, and it's sad because it's the kids that are getting hurt. You're not hurting anybody else. You're hurting children. No. You know, what's the point? Oh, that's cool, Linda. Says her mom in the spirit world said to say, happy age of Aquarius is here. Yeah.
Very nice.
But we're in retrograde right now until the 15th. Do I have that right?
Yeah. The 15th. Yep.
So I kind of understand that a little bit. I know Diana, oil painter, she's been trying to teach me a little bit of the astrology. She did a full chart on me. And then we did one session where she kind of explained the basics of what I was looking at, because I was like, okay, it's a wheel with lines that go everywhere. And I don't know what any of it means. It's gobbledygook. And she's like, okay, we're going to learn. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Sixes. And so I kind of think I got it a little bit, because eventually I'd like to understand enough of it that I could incorporate it into like a regular reading that I do for my folks every week, you know. or at least every month. But I've kind of not done that because I don't understand enough about astrology and the signs to feel really comfortable. It's like I feel like I would be in over my head, and then people would start asking me questions, and I'd really be stuck because I'd be like, I have no clue.
Yep, yep.
But so, well, happy age of Aquarius to your mama too, and everybody here. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dawn, I bet rent's crazy in New York. Jesus. That's be like trying to get something in Los Angeles. I know when I lived in Phoenix, we had people that would come buy houses in Phoenix, even though they worked in LA, because they couldn't afford to buy a house in LA.
Oh my God.
It was, I mean, it was
Expensive.
just so
Yeah, the roof.
overpriced.
Yes.
And it's getting like that here. I mean,
That's crazy.
it's like the gap between the working class and the upper elite
Yes.
are getting larger and larger. And you can tell by the, those that got money when there's foreclosures, they jump on it and buy it, give it a new coat of paint, and then put it up for rent. And they rent it like it's, the Taj Mahal or something. And people can't afford it. I mean, we're in a 3-bedroom apartment, and it's me, my son, my brother, and his son. We all live together so we can afford to pay the rent, because none of us could afford to pay it on our own. We just don't make enough money. And $1,800 for a 1-bedroom. Yeah, that's we're like just a little bit below that. But hey, there's my Cajun cousin. Hey, Acadian proud. And Barb. Hi, Barb. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
So if y'all have any personal questions that you would like to ask, or an astrological question, you can ask Nathe. He understands astrology a little bit better than me.
Well, not totally, but
Not fully, enough that he could probably answer a question better than I could. So, but let's see. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Helen, they got 2 inches of snow Wednesday. Ugh. Marina sent me a picture of her front yard yesterday, and it's like a blanket of snow on everything.
Oh.
Everything's covered in snow. And I was like, nope, not happening. It looks pretty, but I would not want to have to live there. Even if it is Canada, which who knows? We might all end up living in Canada or Mexico. Oh my goodness. Dawn, we can ask. I don't know if they would answer. I don't even know my spirit guides' names. I asked them
Me neither.
once, and they told me you can't pronounce it, so don't worry about it. I was like, okay.
We could see, is it a male, is it female, what kind of personality they have. Yes, a name, I cannot do that.
And we can look.
Yeah.
Hey, Teacher Barbara, that's the best we can do. Hi, Catherine. Got another Catherine in here. Awesome. We have 43 people here now. Yay.
Wow.
That's why I've been babbling. I was trying to get some people time to get here. And
Teacher Barbara, you wanted to look at 2026 or 2025?
Who?
Teacher Barbara, she's asking, how do you think 2026 will go? And I'm like, are you sure you want to talk about 2026 or 2025?
2020, Teacher Barbara, 2026 or 2025? Verify your date.
And maybe she means 2026. Maybe she has something in mind for 2026. Who
Hi,
knows?
Carl. Yeah, that was my husband's first name was Carl.
Carl?
Yeah, we called him Turtle. That was his nickname, but technically his first name was Carl. And but Teacher Barbara, what year you want? Okay, let's start out here. No members, so we'll go with first one up is Andrea. And Andrew, will my spiritual guides help me find a home soon?
Will my spiritual guides help me find a home soon? Okay. And will I
Soon
know
as by December 18th. Okay. 2025, she said.
Okay. I thought
So
that
when we
was
get to Barbara's question, we'll know to amend
Yep.
that.
I thought there was an error. Okay. So for Andrea, 54. Soon, before the 18th.
Yeah, that's just a few weeks away. I'm waiting for the 21st. I go on vacation for 2 weeks. Campus shuts down, so we get 2 weeks off. All right, let's see. What do I get here? Something's funny. Yeah, I took out chicken and sausage to thaw this morning. I'm gonna make a big pot of gumbo. It's like if you want to go first, Nate, you can.
Okay. So for Andrea, first card that I got is the moon. So a couple of things. First of all, it feels like there's a little bit of a time needed to get this done. Also, the next full moon is on the 15th, and it's also the end of the Mercury retrograde. So I would doubt that something would happen before the 15th, right? But after that, I got the Three of Pentacles, which is giving you a sense of working together, someone helping you, getting a sense of the right place. And then the final card is the Star, which is a very strong yes card. Not only it says that you'll find a place, but it will be the right place. So to me, the answer is yes, you're going to find a place. I don't know if it's before the 18th because I don't see anything shifting before the 15th. So it might be a little bit later. It's going to be tight, but don't be worried if you're not getting much action before the 15th.
Okay.
Afterwards. Yep.
The first thing I got was a 10 of Wands. So try not to overload yourself. Try to make sure that you don't take on too many burdens looking for this, looking for a new place. Just go in and just tell spirit, okay, show me the options so that you're not overburdened with it. Because then I got the devil. I'm thinking, okay, that's not really good, but I think that's just be aware of any false advertisements. We've had a real problem down here with scammers seeing properties for rent, and then they'll post it online. They'll repost the ad and they'll make the rent like ridiculously cheap. And so people get sucked in. They think they're renting a house or something. And, because they're asking for the first and last month's rent and security deposit, and you send us the money, we'll send you the key. And, because we're out of state now. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not legit. So So just be aware, be careful. And then I pulled the Two of Swords. And so I'm thinking that you may come across a couple of them that are going to be real good possibles. So you're going to have to make a decision. You'll have to decide between one or the other. I know what I did when we got ready to move, and we moved here where we are now. I sat down and I made a list of what I wanted and what I didn't want in another place. And so every place that we would go look at, I would go down my list and which side was it heavier on. We got lucky because where we are now is where I originally wanted us to move to, because I've always liked this apartment complex, and it's been here for like forever, for over 40 years. This complex has been here, and but there were no openings, and so we spent several months looking other places, and we were getting down to, we've got to find something like in the next week or two. We're running out of time. And out of the blue, I get an email from the office here saying, are you still interested in an apartment here? And I was like, yes. How much do you want up front? What do I have to give you to hold it? I mean, she didn't even get off the phone with me without me sending her the deposit money to hold it. And, yeah, it's, you just be very specific with spirit, what you want. Yep. Don't concentrate on what you don't want. Concentrate on what you do want. Do you want to pull? Is that something that's necessary to you? Do you don't care about that, so it's not a priority? Do you want covered parking if it's in a complex? If it's a house, then do you want a fenced-in yard or not? Is that important? Do you have pets? Do you want central air and heat, or will window units suffice for you? It just kind of depends. Do you have to have a dishwasher and a garbage disposal, or does that just not really matter to you? Like I can wash dishes by hand. It's not a big deal. That kind of thing. Does it have a washer dryer, or am I going to have to go to the laundromat? So, it's different things to take into consideration there. But yeah, I think you're going to find something. I mean, even though I got some kind of iffy cards, it just felt more like just be aware of and try to avoid these things that could maybe throw you off, just keep your focus on what you want.
Yeah. And I would say, like, I would think something after the 15th. Also, never a good idea, and that's actually can apply to everyone here during Mercury retrograde, avoiding to sign contracts before the 15th. Reading very, very carefully the fine print, just because of the Mercury retrograde.
There you go. I mean, if you find something, maybe you can set it up that you don't go sign the lease until the 15th.
Yep.
And then that way you're out of retrograde and
Yep.
you're not too late, so let us know. Keep us posted, Andrea. Let me know how it goes. Okay, let's see. Songcin, you're up next.
Okay, a message from the guides.
All right. You are in luck. I am using my brand new Oracle deck that I just got. Called the Terrestrial Fauna Oracle deck. From the same people that make the Sanctus Concordia Tarot deck. I did a flip through on that deck, and about 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, I got an email saying, "Are you the one that did this video?" And I answered back. I said, "Yeah, that was me." I said, "It's a really great deck. Are you interested? I can give you the website to buy it." He says, "I'm the one that created it." I went,
Oh,
"Oh, wow." He said, "I just wanted to thank you for showcasing my cards on your channel." And I said, "Oh," I said, "I love them, you know." I said, "In fact, I'm saving up for another deck that you have that I really like." He was like, "What do you want? Just say the word and I'll send it to you."
ship it.
And he sent me the Oracle deck I wanted with the book because they're separate prices. They don't come together.
Oh,
And then he was like, "Well, what other decks do you like? Are there any others you like a lot?" And I said, "Well, yeah, there's a couple of really cute ones I like, little tarot decks. One is called the Fantasy Feline Tarot deck. And then the other one is Fantasy Canine Tarot deck. But just to give you an idea, like this is the book for the Fantasy Feline, but
oh yes,
you've got trying to find a good picture here. Like here's one that's for the Two of Cups.
cute.
Yeah, I mean the artwork is really, really, really cute, and he does all of his own artwork. And so I got that one. I got the feline and the canine one too, and which I'm really tickled about. And so I'm gonna do flip throughs and whatnot. The other two tarot decks I ordered, they offered them in playing card size, like regular poker size cards. So they're small enough I can actually shuffle them. So I got those instead, and they're nice. They look fun. So
Any message for Songcin?
yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. You can tell this is new. It's hard even to turn the pages. All right, Songcin, I pulled for you the Crow. And it says the crow acts as a messenger from the spiritual realm. Pay attention to the subtle signs and messages around you, guiding you toward deeper insights and wisdom. It symbolizes transformation, to embrace change and let go of what no longer serves you. Similar to how the crow sheds its feathers. I didn't know that. You can release old patterns, beliefs, and limitations, welcoming personal growth and renewal. It says the black feathers of the crow represent the power of darkness and hidden realms. So delve into your subconscious mind, uncovering hidden signs or things to protect yourself against. But mainly it's to remember that, oh, the page popped out, that the crow signifies spiritual messengers, transformation, exploring the subconscious, mindfulness, and resourcefulness. Very interesting. Okay, so I think they're just trying to let you know it's time to do some deep introspection, some real time to do some meditating and some just a lot of deep introspection with your guides. You know, ask them for signs or symbols. They will give them to you. But that's what I got. And you've got a new subscriber, Nate. Linda Sandoval, that I am now subscribed.
Thank you, Linda. For Songcin, about a message from your guide. So I got the Knight of Swords, the Devil, and the Three of Cups here. There's something I feel like you're trying to fight or resolve, something that you've been dealing with um, fairly recently in 2024 for sure. Something you're trying to resolve, something you're trying to reorganize or remove or get some sort of resolution to. You will, they're saying that you will. Three of Cups is that success, right? And that celebration even. So I'm getting the sense that whatever you're fighting, trying to get a resolution, you're gonna get that, but it's a little bit of a fight, and I don't know if it's like maybe an internal fight, something that you got to get to and resolve, and then you will like next year, the next few months, there's some sort of very very good news here. So you're on the right path. It's just I get the sense like it's a learning experience, kind of going to Sherry's card with the crow, a learning experience.
Yeah, very much so. And hello, Morgan. Morgan the Void is here, and Jana, and Deb, and Better Left Unspoken. And howdy, y'all. Glad you joined us. Let's see. All right, I got a question there, and let's go up to the next question here. That would be Dawn, who wants to know if we can help her find her spirit guide's names. We can ask, but I don't know if they will tell us.
No. I'll start just because I pulled one card for you, Don. I got the Hierophant, and in my deck, Mystical Tarot of the Saints is St. Peter. I feel that you have your guide is, so it could be literally Peter, but it could also, I feel that this is someone who's very wise. It's a male figure that it's very spiritual. I feel like you have multiple guides. I'm just getting one. So a very, very spiritual with the bird on top here. I feel that birds might be a meaning to you. Whenever you see a bird flying, that might be a connection with your spirits and guides. So I'm not getting a name, except that it's a male, very, very spiritual, connected to birds.
Here you go. I pulled the Empress, and so I think another one of your guides is from the female.
Yeah.
And it's someone who is I don't get a name. They're just like, yeah, it's not for you. Okay. That's something you'll have to keep asking them for. But what I felt like they were trying to say is that one of your guides, definitely a female, and it's kind of the one that looks out for the maternal, the nurturing, the caring for others. That's kind of like her position when you get hit with stuff like that. She's there to step forward and help guide you when whenever you're dealing with that kind of thing. So yeah, that's all
Yeah.
I keep trying to tune in and get something else, but that's all that she's telling me.
Sherry, isn't that interesting? We both got a person from our cards. We didn't get
We
minors. We
didn't
got.
get a
I thought that was very interesting.
yeah, so that's why I feel like it was definitely them talking to us.
Yeah.
They're just, you know for sure you've got one male and one female guide.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're both there for specific purposes.
Purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Um, Let's see. Acadian Proud, you're up next. Let's see.
5 times Leo, Sun, Moon, Uranus, Venus as rising. Wow, it's a lot of fire energy.
I was going to say, no wonder. A little spitfire from down here.
Next 3 months.
For a minute, I thought that was my dogs
No,
barking.
they will be talking to each other. That could very well happen.
Well, I got my headphones in, so they can't hear it. Otherwise, they would have been responding. Trust me. I've been watching stuff before on TV, and a dog will bark on the TV, and both the dogs go off here at the house. Like, yeah, we're here. What you want? Okay, this is wild. You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
Go ahead, Sherry.
Okay. First thing I pulled was the Two of Cups. So I think that's I don't know anything about Leo or astrology. My apologies. I'm trying to learn. But I would say with the Two of Cups, it's just somebody that you're attached to. Someone that that you feel kind of helps strengthen you in your decisions. Or maybe they're there to kind of help put the fire out if you get too wound up, but they're there to help you. You know, sometimes we need the fire extinguisher as well as the fire. So, and then pull 4 cups. So it's like you sometimes you may get focused on so much of what's on one side, you don't look to see what else is coming. And I drew all cups. All 3 cards are cups that I drew. So that's just like a lot of emotion coming through. And then I drew the Queen of Cups. So again, it's that, you know, the cups hold water. Water can help douse the fire. So
yeah,
whatever it is that's going on with that, it's yeah, it's definitely going to help you kind of keep yourself balanced, I guess would be a good way, you know, not to go off. When Dawn said, "Thank you, I'm a bird person. I've had them all my life." That would have been from your previous reading.
yeah. Oh yeah. So I got the 8 of Cups. So starting with cups, you know, kind of what Sherry was talking about. There was really a sense of kind of the emotional side of things, the shadow side of things, looking at your emotions and how you deal with them. But on the actual things that are gonna happen with you, the 8 of Staffs, I see an acceleration of your projects, and then the 9 of Coins, some sort of place of abundance or receiving something material. So yes, lots of emotions, but there will be also things happening on the material side in the next 3 months where it could be money or receiving something that is quite positive. So I feel like it's a good month. I think a good 3 months. The main message I think is that balance between emotions and the doing and trying to balance all that basically. Yeah.
Very good. All right. Get these pop-ups out of the way. It's so aggravating. Okay. Next up, we've got Doris Smith, who wants to know how long do effects of or actual time for new moon and full moon last? That's a good question.
I have a suggestion for you. I have an app on my phone that is free, and it's called Full Moon. And basically, what it shows is by month, kind of when is the new moon, when are the full moon, all the phases of the moon. And I feel like you can. I always use that personally, just to know when we have those phases of new and full moon. I think what you want to focus on is when you have growth phase and when you have waning phase. So, waxing and waning. And a couple of things that are, interesting to consider is when the moon grows, so from new to full, this is a good time for anything that you want to grow, whether you want to grow vegetables, whether you want to grow your business, want to grow money, whether that's kind of a growth phase. So right now, this is set up from tomorrow, which is the new moon, to the 15th. And then from the 15th to the next new moon, the next cycle is the waning, which means that for anything we want to reduce, shrink. So here's an example. If you want to start a diet, it would be better to do it in the waning phase because that's the phase where we actually kind of shrink and reduce things. So those are kind of very basic, but it's not just the days, it's the phases of the moon. Is the moon growing or is the moon shrinking?
Here we go. Yeah.
So the effects always go for a long time. Like it's not, I think the point is it's not just on the day. There's always something. Also remember the moon is the it is what makes the ocean, the ebbs and flows in the ocean, has so much control over water. We as humans, 80% of our body is water. So imagine how much control it has on us.
Yeah. The moon can do some crazy stuff on you. That's why everybody goes nuts at a full moon, emergency rooms get overloaded and whatnot, because it's like people get a little crazy or something. I don't know. But that's what I've always believed. I mean, I worked in the medical field for over 30 years, so Celtics here. So yeah,
You've seen
the moon is a lot. Yeah, it has a lot to do what phase it's in as to how everybody's responding. I pulled for you the ladybug, and it says here that the ladybug is a small bearer of luck, joy, and transformation, and it encourages you to seize the present moment and uncover beauty in life's simplest elements. That's there again, when as you're wanting to add to things to your life, add different personalities or traits that you want to inhabit, focus and work on that during the full moon, because that's when you're adding things. And if you have habits you want to get rid of, focus on those during the new moon and its phase.
Yes.
Because that's when we're getting rid of stuff. So that's about the extent of what I know about moon stuff. Hi, Helen Wheels and Celtic Sears here now. All right, cool. Okay, let's see. What's next? Teacher Barbara wants to know if she's going to be going back to China again. She always says her heart's in China. So, all right, let's see what we got. Heading back to China. You know, my Christmas deck is new. They keep flopping all over the place.
Oh,
But they're so cute. It was like, okay, I'm starting to get in the Christmas spirit now. Time to be silly. Actually, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, Reverend Rick and I are going to be doing a show on Christmas. Basically, what we're looking at is all of the different faiths that celebrate at Christmas time and celebrate through festivals of light, like the lighting of the menorah, the lighting of the Christmas tree. There's a lot of different faiths out there that all have stuff that they celebrate around the Christian Christmas time. And so we're gonna, if y'all are interested in that or anything, plug in for that. And that'll be next Sunday on the 8th. So that ought to be fun. Got a couple of guests that are going to come on that are of different faiths that are going to share
great.
What their religion does. Like I have a
Traditions.
coming, and she does Wiccan and some pagan stuff. I have a Buddhist coming. I'd like to find somebody that practices Hinduism. Now,
Yeah.
my Buddhist does kind of practice a little bit of it because they kind of run together in some aspects. And, we want to look at, Jewish traditions and all that good stuff. Did you read for Barbara?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, go ahead and go while I pull some cards here.
So mine actually is pretty quick. I was using my Lenormand. So first card is my card of travel, the ship. So yes, I see a travel going there. The storks represent movement, but usually they tie to a relocation. So for me, at some point, you might even stay there for longer time, because the final card is the stars. The star represents the longer term. So Barbara, it sounds from the look of it that you're talking about doing a trip there, but I see you staying there maybe even a longer time. Yeah.
Yeah. First thing I drew for you was the 8 of Pentacles. So that's you working out. You're working out your plans. How am I going to get there? How long am I going to stay there? Do I want to make this just a once in a while trip, or do I want to go back there and live there? That's kind of two different scenarios to look at, but I think this is what's telling you you're going to be looking at both. And then I got the Ace of Swords. So you've got, new opportunities, new things coming for you. Using that brain of yours that teaches so well to figure out what's the best course of action for me to take. And then I ended with the 7 of Wands. So there might be a little struggle there, a little back and forth, a little bit of maybe argument about, do I stay or do I go, as the song says. But I think that if you really, really, really want to be there, I think you're going to figure out a way to be there. And I don't see anything saying stop. No, don't do that. So I think you're good. She says, I love it there. Did you read yet, Nathe?
Yep, I did.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm zoned out on you. Okay. Next up, we've got Deb Price, who wants to know when her house will sell.
Okay.
I would hold off to do anything until after the 15th of the month of December.
For sure.
Let Mercury retrograde go back to where it belongs so that you're not facing any issues with it. Let's see what we get. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I started out, the first thing I pulled was the world, and the number for that card is 21. So maybe that is an implication of when you might expect the house to actually sell, is around the 21st. Maybe it'll be just before Christmas. You definitely want to hold off on any final decisions until after the 15th. You want Mercury retrograde to be overdone with, gone, before you go doing some new stuff. And then I got the Queen of Swords, and that's you making intelligent decisions about what's coming up. You're able to look at the situation and tell, is this going to be a good deal? Are these people just yanking my chain, and then I miss out on somebody that may be serious? But in the meantime, I think you're going to come across, keep leaning down and you can't see my mouth. In the meantime, I feel like you're going to figure out a way to pull in a little extra money to kind of tide you over until this deal is done. Maybe something part-time, maybe something seasonal, maybe something you can do from home, make a couple of $100 a month or something that'll kind of help carry you through. Don't close your mind off to any opportunities that may come your way. Kind of keep your eyes open and your heart open to what may present itself. And then I drew the Four of Wands. And I don't know about anything else, but it looks like they're having one hell of a good time. So I want to say, yeah, that's kind of saying your house is going to sell because they're celebrating. So, they're having, you got the elves there having a party. So that pretty much tells me what I need to know.
Deb, the first card that I got was the mice. So this represents both the stress that you have, but also the finances. It's eating up, your finances. Then I see your house, and then I get the clouds, which means like it's not soon. But then I get, the clover, which means like there's a buyer here. So this to me doesn't feel like this is December. I feel we're more early next year. But there's clearly something coming. And I got the tree, like the tree represents growth. This represents also like kind of the idea of nature and nature coming through. So I don't see it for December, but early next year, a little bit more to wait. I know this is stressful for you, but it's gonna sell. There's something like I feel like coming. It's a little bit out of nowhere, but we are past the new year.
And Celtic Seer put in for you that Mercury doesn't go over its shadow till 1/3/25. And then contracts won't fall apart as easily. And if the offer comes from someone you had dealings in the past, then proceed. So we got an astrologer in the chat there to help us out a little
Good.
bit. And Better Left Unspoken says an elven party sounds popping to her. So yeah, I bet you they know how to party. That's for sure. All right, let's see who's next. Dora had another question. Could I ask how finances are for December, January, February?
Finances. Okay.
Okay. Finances. You still with us, Dora? Wow, we've already gone over an hour. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's see here.
I can get started if you want.
Yeah. Go ahead, please, sir.
So first card is the bear. I'm still using the normal. First card, the bear. The bear represents the finances. And there is the fish. The fish represents sometimes money, but most likely business. So I don't know if this is money that you can get from a business or something that you make or sell or something like this or someone around you. But there's money coming in. And then the next two cards are very stable, the house and then the anchor. And so it feels to me that your next 3 months are likely to be stable financially and even getting a little bit of a boost somewhere.
Very good. All right, let's see. December, I pull the 10 of Wands. So you're feeling a little burdened, and Christmas time usually does that to us because we tend to spend money we don't have
Yeah.
for gifts. So maybe scale back on your gift giving this year, or give something that you make yourself, or like an IOU type thing. I owe you one night of babysitting so you and your husband can go out, or stuff like that. But try not to spend any money. And then January, I got the 2 of Wands, and that's kind of planning ahead. 2 of Wands is letting you know to kind of put a little money aside. That's January. That's starting out your new year. So think ahead. You don't want to start out January in debt or in more debt than what you may already have. And work on if you do have debt, then I would say work on a plan to pay it off. If it's severe debt, you may want to look into bankruptcy, or you may want to look into doing consolidations. There's a lot of debt consolidation businesses out there that will help consolidate all of your bills, and you're paying one fee and it covers everything. So you're not paying like 10 different credit cards or whatever the case may be. So that's January. Be frugal. And then February, I get the Eight of Cups, and we're I think maybe you might feel a little like, why do I bother? I'm never going to get ahead, and you just kind of walk away from the problem. That's not an answer either. So you want to make sure that you plan it out. You know what's coming. You put a little money aside, get prepared. And for whatever you do in January, man, don't overburden yourself. Don't spend any money if you don't have to. I mean, that's what I'm doing this year. It's like I picked up a few gifts for a few people back in April and May, and they're hidden. And so that's about the extent of my shopping. And did you read?
Yep. I was
Okay.
I was saying things seem stable for her. Like I don't think that she would necessarily struggle, but yeah, relatively stable with a bit of help. But you'll keep her
Gotcha.
posted, Dora. Yep.
Okay. And next up we have Jana. Born August 25th in Hawaii. What sign is August 25th? Is
Needs help allowing connection.
I gotta Google that. So let's see. Astrological sign for end of August.
Barb says Virgo. Yeah.
Virgo, okay.
But
I should know that. My brother's a damn Virgo. He's the beginning of September, so they would
I'm not understanding the question from Jana.
help allowing connection. Are you talking about connecting to your guides? Or that's what I took off of it, but I could be completely wrong. Hi, Aki.
Leo, no, I don't think that's Leo.
Yeah, Leo is, no.
From her
Leo
guides.
is,
Okay. Connecting to her guides.
okay. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. So
I feel this is not related to the astrology, Jenna. I feel like you can connect to your guides regardless of your astrological pattern. It's you and the connection with the other side. Are you getting a little bit of help from your astrology that I don't know because we don't have a time or anything? But I think we can look in the cards if you know where you are with that connection.
okay. I kind of looked it up. Okay, so Virgo is, I should know this. Like I said, my brother's a Virgo. Virgos tend to want to have everything planned out. All the T's crossed, all the I's dotted. Very analytical, very logical. It's going to go this way, this way, this way. And if something doesn't go that way, it can really throw y'all off. So I would say, just from the few minutes here that I just spent reading on Virgo, is maybe not take yourself too seriously. Or don't take things around you happening too seriously. Take a breather, take a breath, step back. Ace of Cups, that's emotional, so that's, you've got the what is that, like the bird of paradise bringing in with the fish behind you. So that's very religious, so regardless of your religion, then that allows you to just kind of step back and take stock. That's what I'm getting, is just step back and let what's going to happen, and try not to get too thrown off if it doesn't happen the way you plan it to. I'm a Gemini, so we're like, yeah, whatever, let's just do it. I don't think about it,
I got. So, did you have more cards,
No,
Sherry?
that's it. That's it.
Okay.
I'm good.
Not from the astrological standpoint, but from the tarot, I got death. And to me, this tells me that, and I got the world as well. I get the sense, Jana, that you're talking about connecting with your spirit guides. I feel that there's connection from your ancestors, that are out there that you might want to try to connect to. And I'm feeling that it's more like a male person, a grandfather or grandfather, someone that wants to talk with you. Your spirit guides could be your ancestors too. So just, I'm curious to see if maybe there is something to think about here. I wanted to leave you with that.
And anytime, even if it's not your question, if there's something we give you that resonates with you, then you're meant to hear that too. The
Yep.
message is also for you. And if any of y'all ever want a more in-depth, drawn out kind of reading where we really can deep dive, Nathe and I both do personal readings. Just contact us for, dates, fees, that kind of stuff. And but we're both there to help out when people need the help. So okay, Morgan is next. Morgan the Void. I love her channel name. Turns out she also knows my son. She knew him before me.
Oh, really?
Because she's an artist and a musician. So, and my son's an artist and a musician.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, that's so cool. Shows you what a small world it is, right?
It is.
Oh, good, Barb. I'm glad some of this stuff is resonating for you. That means you're meant to hear it too. I mean,
Yeah.
all right. I drew for you cow. And with this deck, it talks about the cow invites you to embrace the qualities of patience and tranquility. Discover serenity. Oops. Let's see. Discover serenity in the present moment. Allow life's challenges to unflow in their time, not yours. Cultivate patience within yourself. And this has given you the power of connection and community. So cows embody unity and collaborative efforts. So that's you working with others, collaborating with others, doing music and whatnot. That's reaching out to others to see can we work on this together. I feel like this is just telling you to embrace your patience. Sometimes we're asked to be more patient. We tend to want everything to happen right now, because that's when you want it. But right now may not be the right answer. So,
I would really agree with. The Two of Cups here talks about relationship with others, and the Knight of Wands is kind of you making the first step. So maybe Morgan the Void, I wondered if maybe the spirits are asking you maybe to extend your hand or make that first step, even if you hesitate, maybe even you're not sure, extend, like just make a step forward. I think you have it in you. Maybe I think sometimes we're all scared of making that step, but I think they want you to reach out more.
All right. Oh, that sounds great, Morgan. She does aura readings. She
Oh,
she does like aura portraits, where she goes in and um reads your energy and then does an aura painting for it. She's
mm,
doing mine, and so
oh,
I can't wait to see it. I've never had my aura read
no.
before. So. Hi, Keith. Thank you for the donation. It's nice to meet you too. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. We've got Better Left Unspoken and then Barb's Wheel of Fortune. That's our last two. And then I'm gonna have to let Nate go because I've had him almost an hour and a half, and it's a little later in Portugal than it is here in Louisiana. So he's probably ready for his dinner time.
Oh, it's still early, but I'll, you
Oh, it's
know,
still early. Okay.
well, late in the day, but still early for dinner. Yep.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Um,
Do you guys feel an energy? Okay,
change.
better. What do I need to change to embody my most authentic self? Okay.
Good question. Kind of like that.
Oh, interesting. Woo. I'll get started.
Okay.
Like very strong cards. The Tower and Strength. So there's something in you I feel that just needs to be released, you know? That, it's almost like inside you that you haven't expressed, that you're holding, and they basically suggesting that you put really out there because it's really meant to be expressed. So I feel like this is maybe, something about almost feeling like a tension between yourself being a bit of an introvert and having a trouble maybe to be out there and finding your place out there, and that introvert part still wants to be expressed out. And so I feel like there's going to be a big release of energy. Like you're going to really, really put yourself out there, almost like from a point of view, like this is me. And if you like it, it's wonderful. If you don't, then maybe we're not supposed to be in that same kind of circle. But I felt like you're going to reach that genuine aspect of yours. And this will allow you to see who are your true friends, your tribe, your people. And that's going to be a
Yeah.
big change. Yeah.
Very good. I drew for you the Seven of Pentacles. First thing I got. You're a hard worker. I mean, you put you put it your pedal to the metal, and you work hard. You're good at working together with other people. So I feel like this is a good thing, but maybe spirit is wanting you to know, relax a little bit. Okay. You don't have to drive yourself so hard all the time. Because then I pull the Nine of Swords. This is showing you obsessing about stuff that you just need to let it go. It's not you obsessing over losing sleep over it is not going to change it. So just kind of let it go, let it be, let things happen the way they're meant to happen. because the last card I got was the Fool. So you've got some fresh starts, some new stuff that's coming your way, new adventures that are just around the corner. You got to let go of all of this crap here. I'll get the cards in the right direction in a minute. Before you can really move forward and start a new direction, a new process, a new procedure, whatever it is you're working on. But it's just around the corner. The Spirit's just waiting for you to let go of some of the crap that you've been hanging on to, because you don't need it. It's just in your way.
And also, I found it interesting. Your name here, better left unspoken. What is it that you don't want to speak about? What are you holding?
That's a good one. Yeah. What do you
I agree certain things are better left unspoken, but
Yeah.
the fact that you chose that your emotions, okay.
My emotions,
So then
okay, yeah.
that's why you have this whole release. This tower here is about,
Yeah.
if you don't express them, then they're gonna, at some point there's gonna be a breakthrough that you can't control. So the answer to the question is, how do you, like, it's better to release a little bit at a time the emotions. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a build up, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. I think that's what mine was showing with that 9 of Swords. Quit obsessing over stuff that's got it's a done deal. Yeah, move on. You got some new stuff heading your way. You got to get ready. And so to get ready, you got to get rid of that old crap, get it out of the way. You don't need it anymore. Quit dragging it along with you everywhere you go. Leave it behind.
Yes, I
Yeah, and
understand.
a small business owner, I get that. You do. You have to kind of keep your stuff together. And no one's saying that that's a bad thing.
No.
I think what Nathan and I are trying to say is quit obsessing over little things that you don't have any control over anyway. You're not going to be able to change it. So just let go of it. And if it's meant to work, it's going to come back and work for you. But in the meantime, get rid of all the old baggage so you can go on this new trip, wherever you're going to, whether if it's expanding your business, going to see friends or family, going on a vacation, just going in a different direction with what you do and starting something else as a small business owner that maybe brings you more joy than it does just work.
Or
mean,
be, if you can't fully, I understand you can probably, you have to hold when you're a business owner, of course, but then stay that way for your business, but find another avenue that is not business, where you can, whether it's music or whatever you want to express in a whole different way, or whether you write or journal, or, but keep it separate from the business. Business is business,
yeah,
but find an avenue where you can be yourself. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right. And last but not least, it's sort of kind of a question and sort of kind of isn't. um, Barb's Wheel of Fortune wants to know if we feel an energy like the tide coming back in. There's been a lot of heavy energy that's been whipping around everybody for the last year. And we don't like the fact right now, a lot of us, that there's a lot of stinky fish in the tide that's currently rolling in on us. We're like, no, I thought we cleaned it all up. We're gonna have fresh, clean stuff happening, but that's not what's happening. So,
And Barb, with your name, the Wheel of Fortune, you know that everything going up has to go down. Everything that went down has to go up. The ebbs and flows. So yes,
that's
the
it.
tide will be coming. It's the pendulum
Absolutely.
has to go. Yes.
That's it. I mean, that's a constant. It's a
Yes.
constant thing, tied in, tied out.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I think we've all felt a whole lot of energy this last year. It's just we've been bombarded on all sides. I mean, it's been a year. It's like for good or for worse. I don't know which, but I'll be so glad when 2025 gets here. It's like I need a fresh start. So everybody
I feel that
start manifesting. Yeah.
it's, I mean, the tide, the ebb has been so far out that now it has to come back
Yeah.
for the flow.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the pendulum swings in two directions.
Always.
It's going to go all the way this way, then it's going to come back and then go
All the way.
the other way. And I feel like we're in mid swing where it kind of just rocks back and forth before it picks up and goes in the other
Yes.
direction. So, I think just, prepare for times that could be harder coming up for obvious reasons.
And
And
don't give up.
yeah, I mean, if you've got the space and the ability, stock up on some non-perishable food items. Stock up on toilet paper, paper towels, things that tend to run out first at the grocery store. You want to go get it before everybody else goes and buys this stuff too. So, maybe just make sure that if things get really rough after January, kind of look ahead and think, what am I going to need come February to deal with everyday things that I don't really have here at home? I just run out and go get it when I need it. You might want to think a little differently on that. I'm just saying, we don't know what's coming. The energy has had all of this all over the place. I mean, from A to Z. So right now, I'm just trying to be very circumspect. I know this. I'm doing this. I'm going to stick with this and keep doing it. That's my road right now. Because when I started doing this, that's when Spirit showed me this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Period. And it was very
Yep.
profound. It was like coming home. So I don't go down without a fight. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
They're gonna have to drag me kicking and screaming to get to try to get the better of me. But thank y'all very much for coming and hanging out with your Saturday lunchtime with us. Thank you, Nathe, so much for being here. Sorry we kind of went a little long.
No worries.
An hour and 33 minutes. And I know some people like to cut it off at an hour, but we were kind of rocking and rolling right then. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. We can deal.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We're gonna work on some dates for some
Yep.
future stuff, and I'll post it and let y'all know once we get some schedules worked out, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'll see y'all tonight for the slumber party, 11 p.m. Central, and bring your jammies and be ready for fun. And we're gonna do naughty cards and oracle cards. So I'll try to have a couple of each type of deck out, and then we'll just see where that takes us. It can't be worse, other than y'all watching me fall asleep on screen. And they have witnessed me doing it.
I've heard that. Yes.
At 1 a.m, and I'm like, and I go right down, and I come up, and I'll see 10 people posting, "Sherry, go to bed. You're falling asleep." I guess some people would be really embarrassed, and I'm like, it happens. I've got Scorpio. Jesus, I can't talk. I got Scott, Scorpio, Sun, Tarot is going to be joining me tonight for the slumber party. So that'll be fun. Scott's a lot of fun. And And he's like me. He sits up half the damn night anyway, so might as well throw cards while we're doing it. And thank y'all for letting us read your energy. Nathe, anything big you got coming up this week? Anything
Well, I
special?
am doing readings tomorrow on my channel at
That's right.
5 o'clock East, and one of those days I'll invite you, of course, Sherry.
Oh, awesome. And I've got monthly mysteries with Amy tomorrow. So normally we meet at 4:30, but I want to see if she can maybe do a little earlier so I could go watch Nathe when he comes on. And that way, I'm not in the opposite drawer time, same time as him, kind of break that up a little bit. And I don't know exactly what we're doing paranormal stuff for tomorrow. I'll leave it to Amy. She tells me what to write. So that's what I do. I'm like, I'll set them up. You pick the topic and we go from there. So, y'all have a great week. It's, December is here tomorrow. For those of you who, have a little bit of the pagan or the Wiccan in you, on the first day of the month, put like a teaspoon of cinnamon in your hand. Go out your front door, open your front door, make a wish of what you want to manifest for that month, and blow the cinnamon into your house. And it's, I had several witches tell me about that. So evidently that's something to do with the Wiccan and the pagan stuff. I'm like, yeah, I can give it a shot.
Sherry, is that every
first day of the month? Yeah.
Month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you're doing it a month at a time.
Yeah.
I figure my neighbors already think I'm crazy because every full moon they see me walking around outside with saging all the windows and the doors because I can't do it inside. My brother's allergic. So I have to do it outside, and I'll walk around and I'm doing my little incantations and saging the windows. And I know the neighbors are like, there goes that crazy woman again. Don't know what she's up to, but she's whacked, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. I guess I'll put the ornaments back on my Christmas tree now that it's Christmas time. I never put the tree up last year. It's still sitting out. I just took the ornaments off. That's all I did. So
now you can put the ornaments.
So now all I got to do is put the ornaments back on. I'm set, ready to go. So go hang the wreath up on the door and get my son to put the lights on. I like the Christmas lights outside on the patio, but I have to make him do it because I can't climb up to put them up high enough. So, and our stray kitty cat is very, very pregnant again and is getting ready to drop another load of kittens on us. And so we've been busy making her a more secure, warmer area to have her babies in since it's starting to get cold. And she decided my patio is where she lives now. And she sort of adopted us, not the other way around. And so as soon as that happens, y'all be seeing lots of pictures of kittens.
Oh, yeah.
Like I did last time. I was taking pictures constantly. Saddest day was when I came home and the shelter had come and picked up all the kittens.
Oh.
To bring them to the shelter so they could get them all their shots and get them fixed and whatnot, and then rehome them out, put them in foster homes or just get them adopted. And I got so used to when I would come home in the evening and I'd come through the little gate onto the patio and little 5 balls of fur would come running, all over each other to come say hello to me. And that first day I got home and I just stopped and there was no balls of fur running towards me. And I was like, they're gone. Like I could keep them, right? But
I know.
I got attached. Really. See, I knew I made a mistake when I named them. It was when they came and picked them up, I said, this one is this name, this one is this name. And they just shook their head. They're like, you're not supposed to name them. I said, I couldn't help it. I could just call them Hey Cat, That's my cat. I named my cat Minou,
Cat.
which is Cajun
Oh,
French for
yeah.
kitty cat. So
Yes.
everybody's like, "You named your cat Cat?" And I said, "Yeah." I've always wanted a cat with that name. So when we got her, that's what I named her. And got to go get her fixed before she ends up getting pregnant. We have a very randy stray that roams around outside. He'll come to the window and meow at her, and she'll sit there and try to get out through the glass. It's like, no, you're not going outside right now. It's not safe. The things we put up with for our pets. All right, I'm going to say goodbye now. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. For those of you that celebrated Thanksgiving, and be thankful today, just like you were Thursday, that you got a roof over your head and electricity and internet. Hey, you can connect anywhere. So
Yeah.
thank you, Nathe. Looking forward
you.
to tomorrow afternoon and seeing your show. And I will post when we get some future dates set up for what we want to try to get going. And in the meantime, y'all have a great week.
Thank you.
Happy
Bye, everyone.
almost December.
Yeah.
Almost December. One more day. Oh, come on, damn it. I got all these pop-ups and then I can't close out. Okay, bye. We're leaving now.